Let's talk local.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies Who Question here. And we have Nick Geudtner. Am I saying that correctly?
Pretty close. It's Geudtner.
Oh.
It's a tough one.
Why did I think there was an R in there? Okay, Nick Geudtner.
Thank you. Yeah,
All right.
Perfect.
And it doesn't sound how it's spelled. Alex German? Or something?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You always look at those and you go, okay, these vowels, they're doing something.
I just got married in September, and my wife's name is Sprinkle.
What's her first name?
Kara.
Kara Sprinkle. What a great
I
name.
know. That's a
I
pretty
know.
flowing name, and it sounds feminine and
Yeah.
delightful.
She's one of 4 sisters, and being one of the Sprinkle girls, right? Yep.
Sprinkle girls.
It's like a fairy tale cartoon character.
Right.
I love it. Well,
Absolutely.
welcome to our podcast. Thank you for being our guest, Nick Geudtner.
I'm very, very appreciative.
He
Thank
is
you.
from Living Roots in...
Fox Lake. We're at 104 Sayton Road, Sayton. Yeah, not the greatest name, but very memorable.
Yeah, I won't forget that.
Yeah.
It's on Sayton Road. Not how it's spelled.
Also not how it's spelled, correct. Yes. So we've been there for a few months. We fully renovated an old warehouse. The reason we chose to renovate the warehouse instead of building brand new, not because it made it easier with permitting and all that stuff, but we just really do believe in this family business in the, reduce, reuse, recycle kind of mentality.
Well, before we jump into that, let me just say thank you, Holly, for bringing Nick to us.
Oh, of course.
And
it was
Holly,
natural.
explain why, because we haven't even talked about what Living Roots
Yes.
means or what it is.
So about 3 or 4 weeks ago, Pilates club that I belong to here in Lake Forest, Club Pilates, had a class out at Living Roots, which is Nick's company. And I said, my daughter said, you want to go? And I said, sure, I'll go. And usually I'm like, I don't want to get up early on Saturday morning, blah, blah, blah. But no, I went and I'm like, oh my God, this
Aren't
is great.
you glad you went?
I'm so glad I went. I found some great greens, some honey. There was all kinds of things, and he will go into detail about what he
it
actually
is.
does. And I even got to check out the, not warehouse, the growing, what do you call it?
We call it an indoor farm.
Indoor farm. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Got to check it out because I'd use the bathroom. So I was like, this is cool, because you were kind of particular about who goes back, and you have to wear special shoes and no dusts and particles. I mean, it's very clean, and
Yep.
they're very particular about their babies.
Of
Their
course.
greens and their lettuce and their
Herbs,
Herbs,
microgreens, edible
yes.
flowers. Yeah, we grow over 45 varieties currently.
So it's not hydroponic, it's what?
Yeah, so that's one of the misconceptions, right? Is everybody just thinks of hydroponics, but there's actually a couple different sectors. They're all pretty similar. But we are aeroponic, meaning that our roots are suspended in air, versus a hydroponic where the roots are always in water.
Okay, if they're in the air, how are they being nourished?
A great question. So the towers, we use towers, and basically they're fountains. So we water every 5 minutes with our mineral water, and it fountains over the roots, and the roots pick up the nutrients.
So it the water cascades over the open roots.
Correct.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. So we get maximum oxygen to our roots, which helps in growth and nutrients absorption. It's really a great way to grow in a small space, but we grow over 500 pounds of food every single week.
Wow.
And we have the space to grow into about 1,500.
Oh my gosh. But wait, think about this. We're talking about herbs and salad, lettuces and edible flowers. 500 pounds, they don't weigh much. So
I know.
You're really putting it out.
Absolutely. Everything we grow, depending on variety, is 6 to 10 ounces. So,
wow, that's not very much in
No.
terms of 500 pounds.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So we harvest roughly currently 1,100 plants every single week.
Well, let's start at the beginning. How did you get into this business? And tell us a little bit of more details about it.
Yeah, you said it was a family?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a family business. Me and my mom are business partners, and we wanted to start a local, community-driven, ethical company. I lived in California for many years, and then, post-COVID, we decided it was time to move home. And so that's when the conversation started, and we, kind of did a Venn diagram of what we were interested in, and this is what came to the surface. I mean, everybody really could get on board with doing something clean and ethical. So that's really what we're trying to strive for. And the more we learn about the current food system, the more confident we are that we're providing a really great service for the community.
And one that's going to continue to burgeon. I mean, take off at rapid acceleration. I mean, I'm sure you heard about the glyphosate having that being opened up again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was out of my mind last week when that was executive ordered or wherever they signed it. And I thought, oh my God, we've just been how long trying to get rid of this? And now it's coming back in. And a place like yours where you're not using those kinds of pesticides on your plants.
Correct. Yeah, we don't use pesticides or herbicides. We don't even clean with any chemicals. We simply break the towers down and soak them in citric acid, and then we rebuild them. So we don't use any chemicals whatsoever. And all of our minerals that we use are mined. So even the minerals we use are not from the surface. So there's no runoff contamination. There's no kind of contamination we don't use any soil either. So there's no soil contamination.
Right.
So it's really,
they're in the air.
It's really about it as clean as we can possibly think to get it.
Wow. Well, you've already got me sold, and I'm thinking, now where are you located again? Because I'm thinking, how far do I have to do?
I brought red oak, romaine, kale.
Wait, you brought what? We just looked at the basil. Is this what's in the bags you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. And,
okay, let's take a look at this.
The basil as well, and then I believe I brought thyme and sage.
Let's see.
dill.
Holly's taking a little peek at this, at what you brought. You brought each a bag, which was very thoughtful of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so fragrant. Oh my gosh, dill and
Yep,
sage.
dill, sage, and then there's thyme in that bag as well.
Oh, they smell
Can I keep them fresh in a jar with just the roots covered?
Yeah.
Or how would you suggest that I store these?
Yeah, the best thing to do is either in a glass of water on your counter and then refresh that water every few days, or in your crisper in your fridge. So leafy greens really are happy at about 40 to 44 degrees.
So that would be in the fridge. For
In the
sure,
crisper. Yeah, that would probably get you the best longevity. But if you plan on using it or even drying them out and using them as dried herbs, you could always hang them upside down as well.
Gosh, their fragrance.
I know. And
Yeah.
they're just so. This almost
Look at
doesn't
this
look
lettuce.
real.
So that's a red sweet crisp. And people love that because of its texture. It's just very different than a lot of other leafy greens.
Let me take a peek at that.
And then
It almost looks artificial.
I know.
beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
It's like a flower.
What do you call it? Red what?
Red sweet crisp.
Sweet crisp. Oh, it's just, it's truly, it's almost like a vegetable bouquet into itself.
Right.
Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Well, this is very nice of you to bring this for us.
Oh, absolutely.
We like it when people bring us stuff, but it's not required.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
what's the better way than to experience the product itself?
Agreed. I'm sorry, where were you? Or Holly, you had something?
Well, I was just going to say, tell us a little bit about like how it goes from no plant to plant, or the way your system works.
Sure,
in the,
yeah. So
in the inside, not inside farm.
Aeroponic.
yeah. So the process for growing, obviously, you have to have the right facility. So we have a clean facility. We did a lot of special things for the building, like sealing the floors. We used green board for drywall because it's good with, like you'd find in a bathroom, so it can do the humidity. And then we did plastic paneling, and then everything is automated. Most things. The pumps for each tower pump 5 minutes every hour, so everything's getting watered 24 times a day.
Does the water go back through?
Yeah, so basically
Okay.
it's just a fountain. So it pumps up to the top of the tower and then trickles the water straight down into the reservoir again.
So
Yeah.
you're recycling the water. I mean, in a
Correct,
way. Or I
yeah.
should say, just reusing.
Yeah, we use about
guess.
98% less water than a traditional farmer.
Oh my
and then
God.
even
Wow.
less than a hydroponic farmer.
Well, with the coming water wars, that's especially good.
Yeah, so we are extremely water efficient. And then then we have fans. The fans are great for condensation and evaporation, but also to simulate wind, so you get really strong, nice leafy greens.
Wait, what is the I don't know about
Yeah,
that. How
and
does that?
so if you
either.
didn't use any airflow, if you think about it in nature, there are always, every plant that's ever been grown outside has to endure the elements. So the fans help us simulate wind, so the plants become stronger.
It never occurred to me to think that that
Interesting.
wind, or breeze, or anything
Yeah.
in that played any part in the growth, the growth cycle. Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's kind of the setup of the farm. And then the process for growing is pretty simple. We do everything. We hand seed and hand harvest everything. And the seeding, we seed into the rock wool cubes, which are still present on everything that we sell. And basically, they are melted down volcanic rock and spun like cotton candy. So they're an organic substance, and they basically act as a sponge and a medium because we are completely soilless.
What are these made
That's
of?
all soilless?
Look at this.
I know,
Look,
it feels like
Holly.
dirt.
Yeah, it's
I
called
know.
rock wool.
Rock
Oh,
wool.
Okay.
Correct. Yep. So so we hand seed in every individual cube. Each variety, you have different amount of seeds that would go into each cube. And then we put them in our nursery for about 2 weeks. The nursery we keep even hotter and more humid because they're babies and
So they
germination.
germinate, yeah.
Yep. And then we transfer them into the towers after that 2 to 3 week period into the towers for another 3 to 5 weeks, depending on the variety and the size that we want to grow. So another really great benefit of what we're doing is we can actually grow everything to peak maturity. And you can really tell that on the basil because it's just about to flower. You can see that.
It's gorgeous.
So that's, another thing that we're trying to do that's outside of the, the food system currently is they have to harvest early, which means less color, less nutrients, less size, because it has to survive the logistics, shipping,
On a truck from California to here or whatever.
at
or
best.
Chile or
Yeah.
Brazil or
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
as you guys probably know, a lot of things say they're from California, but a lot of things are packaged in California.
yeah, that doesn't seem quite legitimate, does it? That just
It's
isn't.
the same
that's
in the meat
wrong.
industry, unfortunately.
I can't stand stuff that's been picked and then a month later you're eating it.
Well,
But
and
it bothers me the dishonesty.
and it goes to show that, if it's surviving and it actually looks okay, then
Like
it's
what-
obviously
What's in it?
it's obviously has preservatives or the pesticides going on
Yeah.
because, anything perishable, if it's surviving for weeks on a truck and then, unfortunately, if it's got into the grocery store, that means that the wholesale accounts hadn't purchased it yet. So we're essentially getting the leftovers from what these companies haven't pre-sold.
Right.
So
right.
we're paying full retail for the oldest and worst quality produce.
Right. And restaurants always get the primo, right, of everything.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
larger wholesale companies, like if you think about frozen pizza companies or all sorts of other things like that, they're already spoken for, and so basically it comes down to who's the highest bidder on the oldest stuff at the grocery store.
That's how that works, though.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Well, how long does it take to grow like this lettuce?
yeah. So the
From
average
seed to
from seed to harvest, and I hesitate to say harvest because everything we sell is still alive and on the root.
So what's the term? What would the
I haven't come up with the perfect word for it, but essentially, I'm taking it off the tower and delivering it same day,
plucked?
plucked. Yeah. But your question was how long? On average, 8 weeks.
ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
And a traditional farm would take longer than that. And then obviously in the Midwest here, you would only get 1, maybe 2 harvests per season. So when you're seeing stuff that's in the grocery store when it's not in season, obviously it was shipped. There's no other way around it.
Do you grow kale?
We do. Absolutely. I think I did bring some actually.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
you mean there's different stuff in the other bag?
Yeah.
yeah.
there is.
Okay, well, I'm
Absolutely.
going to grab
Yeah, we
that.
grow.
Let's look.
I could list a few off the top of my head. We do Bibs, oaks, romaine, Swiss chard,
romaine.
kale, and butter crunch is another big seller. The red oak, frizzes, crisps.
Frizzes.
Yeah. So watercress, and then the herbs we do sage, thyme, dill, oregano, rosemary, chives,
Oh my gosh.
Thai basil, and
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's probably about 2/3 of what we grow, just off the top of my head.
So,
I'm unpacking this. I'm sorry. Go on.
well, who's your customer right now?
Absolutely. So we are open to the public Wednesday through Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 to 4, and Friday, Saturday, 11 to 5. And we also sell wholesale to restaurants, CSAs.
What's a CSA?
Yeah.
A community sourced agriculture. So it's essentially like a subscription program
Oh, okay.
that we're a part of. And we hope and are planning on doing our own soon. So that's another
Yay.
thing that
Okay.
we're working on. And then the other avenue that we're looking to do soon is doing drop points in other communities. So you mentioned, you didn't want to come out so far to me from where you are, which is
Right.
totally understandable.
You're in Fox Lake, and
Yep.
we're in Lake Bluff, so
Yeah.
that it's about like 40 minutes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I understand that it's kind of a long way to go, right? So the goal is to partner with some other local businesses and do drop points. So we are looking for, 15 to 25 members essentially in each community, and then I would be doing drops every week.
Oh, that's the way to do
nice.
it.
That
Yeah.
is.
I was doing
Yeah.
that for a while with like the egg. There was an egg guy for a while at the market, and he was out in I think Marengo or somewhere, and he was coming in. His eggs were so good that people at the farmers market. Oh, farmers
I
market!
know. I was gonna.
That's another avenue.
That's another question
the
I was
upcoming
going to ask.
season. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what he arranged. And in the dead of winter, we're all meeting him on a Saturday morning.
Are you going
farmers
to be in any
markets.
farmers markets?
Yes, we are planning on doing farmers markets. We haven't decided and chosen which ones yet, but that is definitely on our radar. Our peak season is actually winter because all the markets aren't in season, and that's a big benefit for us is that we
That's
are
true.
farming 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be your really a selling point.
Yeah.
That's true. Which with the drop points, the people.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, another one of our sales avenues is country clubs. So this is really premium quality greens that are just packed with nutrients, and so they've seen the value in our products as well. So we're already doing our own deliveries in many communities, probably 8 or 9 different country clubs that we've delivered to already.
Oh, that's fantastic because you got a
great.
built-in.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
going to say audience, but a built-in clientele. or
Right.
whatever,
Yeah, and some of these members at some of these clubs pay a lot of money, so they know the quality difference because they've seen it.
Right.
Well, I have to tell you, just looking at this, I'm sure that the flavor is outstanding
It's
and superior.
very good,
Look
'cause
at this. Look how.
I think
oh my
I bought
gosh.
that.
Look at
Whatever
this
you
one.
had in your little
That's the
baskets.
butter
That's a butter
crunch.
crunch.
That
Yep.
was so good. I
gonna-
made.
Oh no no!
I know you eat everything. Just
You could really get the crunch through
So
the
good.
microphone.
Oh my
huh?
God, it's so flavorful.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I did. Yes, if you're listening, I did. I just chomped on it. I'm sorry. You don't. I'll give you the
no,
part
no,
that's
no,
different.
It's fine.
Yeah,
That's just as pretty too for a
so
centerpiece.
Isn't that
I mean, I feel like that could be a beautiful centerpiece in a bowl, and
a bouquet
Yeah.
of greens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for just all down your table.
Yeah.
And then this one, this is the red oak.
That is the red oak. That is
again.
quickly
Oh,
becoming
God.
a top
At
seller.
this.
I love that. I didn't know that's what it was called.
I used to plant this, but then it would always get too hot and bold.
Yeah.
And it's not. It was not. It didn't look like
Another
this.
benefit of a climate controlled space, right?
Right.
The last one you have in that
Tons
bag is
on this.
romaine. And believe it or not, one of the common questions we get in our store is, what is that? Crazy because everybody is just used to these giant white,
Oh, right.
yellow stalks.
Look at this.
And it shouldn't grow that way. They grow it like that so that they can package it nice and tight and in those triple packs.
Oh,
But it's not
right.
really how things should grow. So
Oh.
look at
you
the
know,
deep verdant. Look at
the
this
color
green.
is absolutely 50 shades darker, not 5, 50.
And the darker the
Higher the nutrient
Yes,
content.
exactly.
Absolutely.
yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Do you want to chomp on that? No, I won't. I won't do that.
Oh,
but
no.
I want to.
for sure.
That's actually one of the misconceptions is people say, traditional farming is done the way it's done for a reason, and usually comes down to money and pricing. So we are a bit more expensive, but what the misconception is the usable amount and the longevity and freshness. So if you consider nutrients, the fact that you can use the whole thing and none of it goes bad, we're actually cheaper than the traditional farming.
What types of fertilizers do you use? I asked that because I'm just thinking about how the farmers, speaking of farmers, are really, really hurting right now, like the potash and stuff that come from,
Yeah.
the Middle East. They're not moving because of the political situation.
Sure.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, they were already hurting for a variety of reasons, but this is really, really screwing them.
Yeah, I
How-
actually wrote down all of them
Oh.
because I had a feeling you might ask. So I mentioned earlier that everything is mined minerals and that we purify all of our water. So we do an RO system, a reverse osmosis.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we purify all of our water, and then we add our nutrients back in. And what we use is, ionic mineral solutions that are 100% natural sources. The solutions have both macro and micro minerals. The macros include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. And the micro is copper, manganese, zinc, and a few others. And yeah, so another, big thing is it's obviously water, it's obviously nutrients, and then the other big component is lighting. So we use full spectrum LED lighting, and obviously we're able to fine tune in our farm per variety how much light, how many nutrients, pH levels for each basin, and a lot of other components that go into, the data collection to keep improving our products.
Wow. It's like you would win a lettuce contest.
I wish there was one.
For
best
aeroponic vegetables, aeroponic versus hydroponic. I've been to a hydroponic one before, but I have to say, just from the photos that I've seen, I haven't been to your facility yet. Holly has. It's very impressive.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty cool. I can try to describe it, but it's kind of hard to.
It is. If you want to try to describe it, I'll use what we're talking about. If I don't, because sometimes just talking about it, unless you really are great with your descriptions,
Sure,
it kind of gets lost. People are listening, going, "Yeah, what do you what?"
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, a third of our walk-in customers are just curious. They're just like, "Hey, I saw we got featured in the Daily Herald and a few other publications, and we have people driving an hour out just to see what our operation's all about and why we do what we do." So there's a lot of curiosity involved and a lot of education involved, and it's really talking about what the food system currently is and what it could be. So, our dream is I set up farms as well. So we sell commercial size farms and individual towers.
Wow.
So the dream really
I
is to
love
use all
that.
these abandoned buildings that, we all know about that epidemic too, right? All these office buildings and old government facilities and so on and so forth. So the real dream is that people are growing their own food. It speaks back to Victory Gardens, right?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, from World War II.
Yeah. And also just the idea of, like, in my mind, every large corporation that has their employees would be a great benefit to them. Schools, nurseries, all sorts of applications. Like we should just be growing our own food and eating it as fresh as could be.
I couldn't agree more. You know, it would be really cool if some schools did field trips to your place and kids are seeing how this is happening. I mean, that would be eye-opening for kids. Every time we took something like that when I was little, I remember being surprised at seeing a farm. It was just little Hawthorne Melody Farm in Libertyville. It used to be on Milwaukee Avenue or in that area. And I was like, oh, that's where the milk comes from. And we got to touch the cow's udders. It was so cool. And the same thing with it. Like, oh my, okay, so this is not traditional, but this is a way.
Yeah, especially in climates like the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
And no matter where you are battling weeds and bugs. So, pesticides and herbicides are present. And, as you guys have seen in the news, it's a lot worse than we originally thought it was. And I saw an article recently that showed that every restaurant they tested was over the correct amount, whatever that means, of glyphosates.
There is no correct amount to ingest.
I agree. So the more I learn about the food industry, being in it, the more it's proving to me that we're onto something here.
Oh, you certainly are. I'm surprised you're not in Washington making the charge to pass bills, to do this, to do that, because you're so knowledgeable, you speak so well, and
you're passionate.
I appreciate that.
I could see you really taking this, like you said.
Maybe one day.
Already taking it to the next level with selling the farms and teaching other people how to do what you do. And
yeah, absolutely.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah.
Gosh.
So how long have you been doing this again?
So we've been farming in this facility for about 8 months now. So we fully renovated this building.
I know, so new.
Yeah, still new. And then so our next step is really just building that, a subscription base, and the benefit to us is that it helps us become more efficient in our farming. So right now we're growing a bunch of different things and kind of seeing, what the customer base likes and things like that. But if we were, if we had more consistency on what varieties to grow, would help us be even more efficient and have even less waste. So currently, if we do have waste, we donate it. So we are big on donating.
Okay.
And it's a perishable good, so
Right.
it might as well go to somebody.
Well, there will definitely, there's a
love
need.
that.
Absolutely.
And ever growing, yes, for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of the donation-based items are shelf life based. So it's all the canned goods
Right.
and things like that. So that's another reason why, having actual nutrient dense produce is another really great benefit. I mean, everybody, according to the government, should be eating 3 to 4 heads like this every single week.
Oh
Absolutely.
no, I love salads, and there's so much you can do with them these days.
And look at this
But
is just a
it's
rainbow
just
of
it's when you taste this versus grocery store.
oh no competition.
Oh my God!
So
It's
actually,
like-
I know we're just on audio, but one of our best posts that got the most interaction was this one here, and it's a grocery store and a distributor head of romaine. So it's 2 heads of their romaine
Side by side
versus mine. So I mentioned earlier
Oh
it's 50
my.
shades, not 5, and that's what I mean by it.
wow.
So,
50 shades of green.
yeah, yeah. So that's 2 versus 1. So
Well,
when
we
people
could post that on our Instagram.
that's the number one thing I reference is, well, you're not considering weight, and you're not considering nutrient, and you're not considering freshness.
Nick, you have to be sure to send that to me so I can get that posted
absolutely.
in our reel because
Right.
that is so dramatic. The
Yeah.
side by side photo of
It's unrecognizable what you said. That's romaine.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean
Well, it's
yeah.
we're so programmed to that hormone grown good, so we're like, oh
Yeah.
Basically, we have 150 towers that are about 8 feet tall. Each one holds 44 plants, and if you had a home tower, you could grow something something different each and every port. We do 1 or 2 varieties each, so that we can do better data collection and keep improving. And then everything stays in the tower for about 5 weeks. So it's a seedling for 1 to 3 weeks, and then in the towers for about 5. And yeah, they grow with their roots suspended in the tower. And every 5 minutes for 5 minutes every hour we're watering, and then our grow lights go on at night. The reservoirs hold 20 gallons of nutrient water. And they're always topped off because basically the only thing that's in the reservoirs is a float valve. So they're always topped off and they don't overflow, and a pump. So it looks really high tech and futuristic, but
It looks like it smells
actually
really
very-
great in
It's
there.
very practical.
and very clean. It's a beautiful facility. What else? What have we not covered?
Well, you mentioned doing school tours.
Well, I
and-
just came up with that. I
Yeah,
don't
so
know. I
we
just
actually
thought.
have already hosted a few.
Oh,
so
good.
we do presentations. We host events, our own events at the farm. We do tours as well. So gardening clubs. We had Ela Library out, and we hosted, like you mentioned, the Pilates class. So we've already been doing a few different things like that, and that's really part of our ethos. Is just we want to be a part of the community, not just provide to the community.
Yeah, that's a great way to spread the word and good
Yes.
marketing tool. Yeah, absolutely. And educational as well.
Yeah, I mean, a big thing always is education, right? So if you don't understand how your food gets to your plate, then you can't really, get to why it's important to understand other methods.
Where do you get your honey? You source that locally, or do you do that? You have a apiary or what?
Yeah, so we host other local producers at our farm. So we do all of we're farmers, right? So we just do all of our leafy greens, our herbs, microgreens, and edible flowers, and then all of our other products in our store are other local producers. So we carry products like honey, tallow, tea, spices. Yeah, herbal teas and dried herbs. So that's actually something I'm going to be working on soon with somebody, is to collaborate and use our herbs. Same thing with the spices.
Or what did you do before?
So I have a marketing degree. I worked for my account previously was a Heineken account, Lagunitas on the West
Fun.
Coast.
Oh, Lagunita. Oh my gosh, that is a big one out there.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've worked in logistics as well, so I know all about the supply chain, and we did air freight as well. So it all kind of just tied together, and so here we are, family business.
I love it.
You did it out in California.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So it was actually a company I worked for here, but my account was Lagunitas, so I was out near Petaluma.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
sure.
nice. I'm
Yeah.
from Northern California.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
myself.
spent about 5 years out there. We lived
Nice.
in Walnut Creek.
Oh yeah, Walnut
Yep.
Creek, right?
My husband's from Moraga.
Yeah, I lived in
Yeah.
Los Gatos for 11 years.
Oh,
yeah.
and then I moved to Santa Cruz.
Oh,
Because we
oh,
figured,
hello.
we moved 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Why not be closer to
I
the
grew up
ocean?
in Saratoga.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So I
Isn't
was
that
just out there
crazy?
2 weeks ago
yeah.
in Carmel.
Yeah,
That's
we
so
absolutely
funny.
loved it out there.
Yeah.
So we just figured it was time to move home, start a business,
Mm-hmm.
buy a house, get married, and here we are.
and you just got married.
I got married in September.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
newlywed.
we are expecting our first kid as well.
Oh,
So it's
so you
very
better
exciting.
Whoa.
a lot of lettuce, baby.
That's the plan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is your wife in the business?
No, but she does volunteer here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Are you looking for investors? So just get that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're always open to a conversation. Haven't really come up with any like packages or options, but we're always open to conversations. And the overall dream is to open up more farms and supply to more communities.
And that's why I asked.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And the best way to reach out to me if you are interested, or if you have wholesale connections like catering companies, country clubs, event spaces, restaurants, anything like that, would be email. So it's nic@livingroots-farm.com.
Your company name is going to be easy to remember. So we just keep on saying Living Roots, Living Roots.
Yeah,
and,
it's easy.
And it's easy. And so someone says, that place with Living Roots. It's
Yeah.
good choice there.
Yeah, it's a little self-explanatory,
guy.
right?
Because you
Yeah.
can picture it versus, I always say it wrong,
It's aeroponic.
aeroponic farms.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Anything we've missed? Anything else you want to get out there?
I would just encourage everybody to visit our website. We do weekly live updates on our inventory. We're always growing new things and trying out different varieties, different seeds, and that is livingroots-farm.com. And if you are interested in drop points around the Chicagoland area,
Or you mean you already have them?
no, we're
You're
establishing them
assembling.
now.
That's
so
what I thought.
any kind of feedback from the community on who's interested in where they're located would be great for us to find really good partners to do these drop points at.
I really hope somebody
Yeah.
right around here does that so you and I, Holly, can get.
I agree.
Yeah, and then
My thinking cap's on for that one.
as of today, actually, we'll be in Derek's facility.
Tykes and Hounds.
Yep, and that's Lake Forest,
Tykes and Hounds over in
Yep.
the industrial section.
and we'll be delivering
Forest.
every Thursday. So we'll have fresh greens, and I'll be doing different combinations and different varieties every week.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
great.
that's
So that's
certainly
a starting point, right?
that's very accessible.
Yeah. That's great. Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We
That's the
get
way.
questions and comments from all over the world.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, people are interested.
Well, it is different. And
Yeah.
wait, and this is gonna be the last question unless somebody else has something. How did you decide on doing aeroponic versus hydroponic?
Yeah, couple of things. The towers we like because they're one basin for 44 plants, so I can dial in pH, nutrients, even lighting, and grow length and time for each variety. So it gives me a lot of customization. Also, we use less water and we get more oxygen to the roots. So those are the main reasons that we chose this system.
Okay. Well, that's a solid
Yeah.
reason.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So are we done here?
I think so.
I guess we're going to wrap it up and
Okay.
say, Nick Geudtner, you have been a delight and an
thank you so much.
education.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I
I'm
really
super
appreciate it.
excited. Okay.
Say your website one more time.
livingroots-farm.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Living Roots in Fox Lake, Illinois.
Yep.
And
please follow us on social medias, and you'll be updated on our upcoming events, the other events that we're going to be a part of, farmers markets, drop points, all sorts of great information. So it is livingroots_farm on Instagram.
Okay. Thank you so much. We
Absolutely.
really appreciate you being here and making the trek and all these goodies. It's just, they're beautiful and they're lovely, and we're going to take some photos, and thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Okay.
Bye. Thanks, Harvey. Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by me, Lisa Dominique, and also executive produced by Holly Caulfield. Holly also does most of our research, and Claire Caulfield is in charge of technical assistance and social media. Music, My Lionheart. Sketch music by Florian Manx and Matthew Anderson. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, follow, rate, and review Ladies Who Question on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Send your thoughts to ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and our website, ladieswhoquestion.com.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the opinions of Lisa Dominique and Holly Caulfield and should not be construed as advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as advice of any personal or medical issue for yourself or others. This disclaimer also applies to guests or contributors to the podcast.